Alright, that'll work. What's up, dude? Thanks, man. I appreciate you. What's up, everybody? Y'all doing all right? I don't know what that means, homie. Yeah, that's fun. That's some Gojira. I don't really, this guitar is tuned a whole step down, so I don't really play this low that often. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. Especially when you add some high gain. You know, this guitar sounds great without a high gain. I'll just tune up real quick. I was beating these strings like they owed me money, so I knocked them out of tune. Actually, let's go in a drop. What do I do in drop C? Good. Me neither, Ella. How you doing, Ella? Hopefully you're doing well. At least you're not dead. You're not dead. All right, let's see what the top songs are in drop C. Whoa, a lot of System of a Down. These tears don't fall, they crash around me. Any requests? Is there? Am I all around? I'm Damion, of course. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Kind of just noodling. Let's go up to standard tuning. I got a lot more stuff to play in standard. This is usually my baby. All right. Thanks, I guess. Let me just get this all tuned up. This is my baby. Play some Iron Maiden. I was gonna play some Tool, but then I can play some Maiden. That was the looks like a Gretsch. It's not. It's a Heritage. I was gonna play some Tool though. Let me see. Let's go to playlist. What's up, homie? Max. Probably AC/DC. Struggling to remain consequential. And everybody's doing well, man. This is Invincible by Tool. This is off their latest album. Beating chest and drums, beating giant bones again. Did you have fun? I'm about to jam. What's he doing? It's not too loud for him, is it? That's so sick. I love that song. You doing all right in there, Jess? What's up, homie? You doing all right, man? Freebird. I don't know. I don't play it. I don't play it a lot. I used to. I used to play it all the time, man. All the time. Sure, give me 1 second. Let me think about that. That's it, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, any tips on making the scales more musical? That's a great question. Yeah, man. You got like a couple of different ways of studying scales. One way is like, just doing repetition, like. What's up, man? You've got that aspect, and then you've got, like what you're asking is like, how do I make that more musical? Something like. I'm just coming up with something on the fly, but. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. What I would really recommend you do is, if you want to know the truth, you really should focus on the pentatonic scale, but you should understand what makes the pentatonic scale. What I'm getting at is like, the best thing to practice is vocal melodies, because vocal melodies teach you how the human voice sings, and for me, that's my approach to guitar. Like, I'm a very melodic player. You're not going to hear me do anything like, Phrygian dominant just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be a little bit of melodic, and you're going to hear my blues background. And then I played a lot of metal and country and theater, and now just kind of whatever I want to do. But my approach has always been like really centered around the pentatonic, but not getting stuck in pentatonic land. Like, you need to understand basic music theory. Like, any collegiate level 101 course would really help you out. So understanding like what makes the major scale. Once you understand what makes the major scale, I would probably study chords and arpeggios. So learning how to do stuff like, not a bad place to start. That's just major sevenths and minor sevenths, and half diminished, minor 7 flat 5. Because when you really, you just gotta understand the fretboard, and it's not complicated, man. A lot of guitar players like to think that you have 6 times 22 or 24 stuff to learn. It doesn't work like that. Major scale is only 7 notes, 8 if you want to include the root. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 6 notes. That's it. 7 notes. You really only have to learn to the 12th fret because it repeats. So you have 5 times 7, 35. 35 notes. It's not that bad, Yeah, so like, for example, a really good song I would listen to is Give Me the Night by George Benson. In the middle of the song, he does a scat solo where it's like, ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, bum, ba-da, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da. But at the same time, he's playing it, which then raises the question, like, if you're going to actually study this stuff, is he scatting the guitar part, or is he playing the scat part on guitar, And when you can get to that place where you can't really tell the difference of like, that'll help out a lot, because if you can get to a place where you can hum something like, anytime I hear a song, if I can sing the melody, I can pick it out, because I've practiced that. I've practiced going ba-da-da-dum, and then going ba-da-da-dum-dum, ba-da-da-dum-dum, ba-da-da-dum-dum. You know what I mean? So it's like really, I don't know, homie. Your name checks out. But you know, it's just you got to learn how to train your brain to your fretboard and your fretboard to your brain, and it takes time, man. So don't feel like if you don't get it this weekend by some 10-minute YouTube video, you're never gonna get it. You know, it's just time. It really is. But you're doing the right thing, asking questions. I tell people that all the time when they ask questions. What other questions do you have? One thing you should really start working on, like kind of now, is anytime you feel tension in your hands, release that tension. So if I, like, for example, that's a sweeping arpeggio pattern, right? I'm in D major. If I'm feeling tension, first step is to acknowledge it. Where's the tension at? Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of tension in my right hand. Okay, so let's shake it out. And like one way to really build endurance and to get into this is to get a metronome going. Here, I'll show you. I'm gonna show you how I practice so you can at least get an idea. So I'm gonna set my BPM at 120, and we're just gonna do eighth notes. But look, 3, 4. First bar is just getting a rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and that's our rhythm. Now, the next thing you want to do is pick something you want to work on. You were asking the major scale, so I would do something like this. And then maybe you can change up the rhythm. So maybe you can do triplets next. So something like we're going to sneak in 3 beats per beat. So you can do. Let's figure out a fun pattern. You know, I don't know, I'm just making something up. We can also do like practice that. I never split it up that high. You know, or like what I like to do, like the thing I'm really pushing right now is sweep picking. So something that I'll show you, let's get rid of tension. Start off with 1 string, then we'll add in 2. Now let's do 3. Now let's do 4. Now let's do 5. Oh, let's take it back. You know, just doing simple stuff like that. And then when I am actually practicing, what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll boost it up. So I'm going to make a big jump. That was 120. I'm going to go up to 135. And what I'm going to do is I would probably keep like a practice journal or notes or a mental note of it. See where you get. All right. So at 120, I have really good control over it. I can do 2 notes. I can do 3 notes. I can do 4 notes. I can do 5 notes. And then I can jump all around. Right. And I can go up and down through the exercise with complete control, relaxation in my hands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push and see where, good man, but I'm going to push and see where my threshold is. Once I find my threshold, then I'm going to sit in that threshold for a little bit. Then I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go up again. Once I'm at where I have no control over it, then I'm going to go back to where my threshold was. And what I'll notice is I'll tend to have a little bit more control over it than, what's up, homie? show you something, homie. I have Eric's guitar. Yeah, man, that's how I practice, dude. Hopefully that helps, Flea. And any questions you have, I mean, feel free to ask. I love talking guitar, dude, and music in general. Yeah, dude. I just played Perfect Pillow. Let's play Rosewood. I'm trying to get this song memorized. Oh, I was learning Potion too. Alright, let's do Rosewood. We're gonna play. Why is this not working? Oh, I broke it. Is it gonna work or what? Dang it, boy. Hang on, I gotta restart Guitar Pro. Chon is what I do to practice, man. Oh, let me pull it back up. I've been learning a lot of their stuff. Let's do Rosewood first. You listen to Eternity Forever? That's another one I've been working on. Movies. Alright. Oh, that's... Oh, I'm off. C major 13. Anything about what 13 is? This was out with an A. So let me think about the best place to add an A. It would be probably like, but with an F in the root. I guess you could do something like, let me think about moving my C. And then D minor. I really enjoy this though. This is a C major 7 at 9 because you have the D in the root. It gets really ethereal. And you can also add something like I like using that chord in conjunction with like sus2s. Yeah, those are really cool chord shapes. guess the bar shape makes sense. Alright, let me see it again. So, oh, you're splitting it. Maybe instead of a D minor there, you could do a D minor 7. Or you can do a shell voicing. You know? What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, D minor. Yeah, I would do something like that. Just me personally, that's how I approach music, is that vibe. I like this chord though, thanks for showing me this. Kind of sounds like a Caesar song, to be honest, like a... Yeah. But check this out though. Taking that idea and taking it a different direction, you can do this A minor 9 shape, the F major 7, D minor, and then what? We want to end on that D, so. I don't know if I like that much actually. Let me think. And we could do it up there, so. Let me think of a minor shape here. Could just do A minor here, man. So something like something like that. Yeah, that's a cool idea, man. I kind of just want to do a backing track now. Let's see. What key should we do? Let's do, I don't know, D minor, sure. We in D or D minor? Okay. Where's that when I go? That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, you just gotta be, you can't be scared of making the wrong notes. And like, I know my fretboard, you know, and I know better. But really what I'm listening for is, one thing I've been really working on, like really working on, is listening to where my ear wants to go. And like, you gotta keep in mind, music is all tension and release. So you want to think about how can you build tension. Okay, well, when we're talking about tension, it's important to understand what causes tension. All right, so let's take C major, for example. If I just play unison, or C, no tension. If I play C and D at the same time, a little bit of tension. If I play the third, no tension. Fourth, not really in the perfect fourth, but you can hear where it wants to go. Perfect fifth, no tension. Sixth, there we go. Seventh, and then unison. But instead of doing a major seventh, a lot of times I'll do a minor seventh. So Because listen, a minor seventh to a 6. You know what I mean? All that is flat 7, 6, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, I feel like you could write a whole little ditty around that, you know? Thanks, homie. I appreciate you. Yeah. And, you know, one last thing about the fretboard, man. It's just a game of patterns, homie. Once you understand that, you don't really think that much. You just kind of sing. That makes sense. Like... The other thing I was thinking about, just kind of like analyzing that, is, you know, the chord progression was pretty simple. It was what, G major 9. Let's do C sharp minor 9. What's up, man? Do I know Smoke on the Water? Oh, yeah. That's like a sus 2. I mean, that's a sus 2 right there. But then when you're on that B... so if you're going to use something like that, then you're probably going to stay in E. So let's see. I'll try to write something with this. Oh, no, that wants to be sad. So let me think about what would be a good sad chord. If this is open and ethereal, let's do... That's too so. That's too ethereal, so what would be good there? B and E is the dominating voice. So we could do something like... We could resolve it to like an A. Could even do something like no, you could do like a secondary dominant there. So let's think about secondary dominant to A. So you could do a D dom. So check this out. Oh, you're doing the typical prog rock thing where you go. Yeah, so you're using C as a pivot chord. I see what you're doing. That sounds cool. Let's see other directions where you could take it. Yeah, something like that. I kind of like that half step down. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like that though. I guess the Police do that. They use that same progression. So they're doing C sharp minor to the A, to B, to F sharp. So maybe you could even go down to F sharp. So if we want to borrow from the Police, we can do something like. Oh, let's do. We should probably do something in between the F sharp. So you could probably even do like, let's do your idea. Let's see how this sounds like. Why is my hand not like this? There we go. Wait, what? That G sharp doesn't sound good in that D. You're doing like that minor second. This, you got really bad dissonance with this. Like it should be this or this or this. You know, if you're trying something in between, I don't know. That's like a metal thing. You said smoke on the water? Oh, let's hear it. So you're saying you want to do something like. Oh, I see what you're trying. I see what you're doing here. I want to see. You're just gonna go down. So. Huh. What am I thinking of? Well, I mean, I don't know. It's the thing you're working on, I think. Because your progression, you want it to go like. It might help you out to like break that up a little, like you know, if you're thinking bass line like that, dun, 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 you want to give it like a little bit of, well, it depends what you're trying to write. I don't hear what you hear right now, but without hearing what you hear, I kind of hear like some type of step. Like you can even go up like, you know. It's called a sus2. I'm doing an F sharp here. Oh. Yeah, so you're just trying to keep these two strings open. Alright, so let's mess around with that idea. So hold on, I'm gonna try your idea. Yeah, if that's what you like, man, that's what you like. Cool. Glad I could help, maybe. I can't wait till I have that so fast and fluid. Oh, let's do this. So let me think. You could do something like, let me think about this for a second. Hold on. I guess that would just be so hard to keep that open. I guess it wouldn't be if you could do it like that. So it would be, and then let me think about this. What I was trying to do is come up with a drop voicing for you. So like, for example, if you know A major 7, you probably know it like this, or like this. You could do a drop voicing, or it would sound like this. It still kind of has that C sharp sound that you like. You hear it? Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know, that's a cool idea. I like that. Bro, you gotta learn some theory, man. You gotta learn some theory. I mean, tab is good too. I use a lot of tab. I use tab with standard notation. So think of like, you know, 8th notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes with tablature. That's kind of like, I guess, our heritage. What's up?
Nothing.
You may take them?
I need to switch to the laundry over soon.
You may take them now?
If you want to.
Let me play them a song.
I like that color.
Look at Andy.
Andy, you like that one?
Andy said, that's my song, Dad. Alright, well, hey, homie, I'm gonna jump off here and go hang out with my son. But, yeah, glad I could help, man. You should learn a little bit of theory. A little bit of theory, and we could have some really cool conversations. But, hey, cool. There's Nader Tater. Alright, later, homie.